All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Cash to Capital. This is our market update for midweek. It's December 10th. Uh, what you got to say?
Listen, crazy day in the market today. We had the significant revision um, that lowered the projected job gains to 911,000. So this is good news for the market. It's still fueling the gains and the hopes for that rate cut coming up very soon. And another big theme today was AI, AI, AI. Okay, artificial intelligence is off and running. It's a snowball that has momentum and it's not stopping. After hours today, Oracle up 26%. Guess what? It's up 26%, but it didn't even beat the earnings per share and both revenue both missed analyst expectations. So you say, how did the stock go up? This is a great lesson for everybody, right? Yes, stocks do sometimes run up on how they did that quarter, but every investor wants to know because the stock market is a forward moving mechanism. That means they want to know what are you going to be doing in the future, right? So three things, right, for Oracle. First thing is they have massive cloud and AI deals. All right, they got three major partnerships with Google Cloud, OpenAI, and uh, to provide them with cloud infrastructure AI models. Okay, you got the two biggest AI players in the game, Google, OpenAI, and Oracle's right there with them. All right. This other thing that I'm reading about, this is very important. This remaining performance obligations. I'm going to read this to you guys. This metric represents contracted future revenue. Remember what I said, guys. The market is a forward-looking tool. Oracle, this remaining performance obligations, RPO they call it, this metric represents contracted future revenue that has not yet been recognized. Oracle's RPO surged by an astonishing 359%. I'm going to say that again. Remaining performance obligations. This means contracted future revenue surged by 359% to 455 billion. This indicates a massive locked-in pipeline of future revenue from these new AI and cloud deals. Dude, we are in unprecedented times, right? Unprecedented times. This AI thing is, and you saw all the stocks in AI pop after hours, okay? So Oracle is going to be a major player in this. Um, and man, this is how you start to analyze stocks. It's yes, you want to analyze how they're doing quarter over quarter, year over year. Yeah, we want to do that. But also, what are they going to be doing in the future? Okay. And Oracle's already showed you they got more business than they can handle. Their pipeline is strong. 359%, 455 billion, that's on future contracted stuff. So what an exciting day. Guys, look into these companies that have been around for a while, your Googles, your Oracles, your AMDs, your Nvidias, these power plays in AI, you're going to be good. And when they go down, just buy more. Dollar cost average in. Sorry I'm so excited, but the market was exciting today. Okay, the market is exciting. You feel me?
Yeah,
What you got
that's
to say,
true.
son?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's fun when you're invested in it,
Yeah.
but it's not fun when you're losing money.
That's true. But you
Yeah,
only lose when you sell.
that's true.
So, if you're in the market, you always have time. Time over time you can't lose. If they say if you just minimum 10 years, you're not going to lose.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, like my dad said, uh, my trade's been going crazy. September is, like we said, like a historically bad month for the markets. It doesn't look like it can stop the AI trade right now. So the stock market is rallying. Also, like you said, all the major indexes are up in the green today. The jobs division lifted expectations for a rate cut that's coming up. CPI is reporting later this week. By the time the video comes out, PPI will already be out. So depending how things go, we could potentially be looking at a 50 basis point cut rather than a 25. So yeah, definitely a lot of interesting.
That'll be huge for
Yeah,
markets, So it's also good for gold,
that's true.
like commodities. It's good for commodities because the dollar will weaken on interest rate cuts. So you want to be in commodities, and gold has been an gold and Bitcoin have been incredible. So gold and Bitcoin should, and I say should because you never know what's going to happen in the market. It should go up.
Yeah,
But you know, this AI snowball, man. You want to keep playing in energy. You want to be playing with Google. My son has Google. He actually talked about getting Oracle, but I don't know why. I think he went to Roku instead of Oracle, but you can still get into Oracle. I think it's still cheap based on what they said in the conference call today about their future contracted revenue. It's crazy. That's why the stock after hours up 26 something 30%.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna get into Oracle, got into Roku instead. Roku's been doing good for me, so I'm not really
Yeah, you
too
up in
up.
Roku?
Yeah, I'm up in Roku, so I'm not too upset. Yeah, but it's not too late to get into Oracle
Right.
though. Yeah, but yeah, we were talking about some big movers today. My dad talked about Oracle. I'll be talking about Nebius a little bit. 50% today. I'm gonna pull it
I
up real quick.
saw that. I saw that. What is Nebius?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. You see?
Jeez, up
Yeah,
50% just on the day.
yeah. So
Go to the 5 day.
44% in 5 days.
Yeah, it's just taking it's like a rocket ship. You got to be careful with stocks like that.
Yeah,
I would
sure.
be a little weary getting into that stock now because people are going to start taking profits and options are going to start being played. So just be careful if you want to jump into a stock like that. But what is Nebius?
Yeah, so Nebius is a tech company. It provides full stack AI cloud services. So this
Oh, so
includes
it's an AI play. No
yeah,
wonder.
AI plan. So it includes stuff like GPUs, but also provides software solutions as well. And it's up today because they secured a $17 billion deal with Microsoft.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
so we talked about that in one of the previous it's like if Nvidia's backing a play or Microsoft backing a play or Google's backing a play, you shouldn't ask questions. Okay, they've done all the homework for you. They've vetted that company. They've looked at the leadership. They've looked at the financials, and they're willing to put billions of dollars. What was it? 17 billion?
yeah, 17 billion.
17 billion into this company. That's a no-brainer. You just have to be careful. You want this to kind of cool down a little bit. The volatility is a little crazy. It might still go up, but
Yeah,
just I guess we want you to keep your eye on Nebius. That's an interesting AI play. So
yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, before Nebius was more like a niche kind of company, but now it's like a real player in the AI space. And yeah, if you were to be invested in it, right now I would say it's very risky. Like now the expectations for Nebius are sky high. So maybe waiting for a cool off a little bit. The risk,
what's the 52-week low?
let's see, it should be
A 52-week
14.
low, $14, guys. $14, and now it's at 96. Lord have mercy. That stock's been moving. Look at the volume, up 90 million just today.
Yeah, crazy.
It's
So
a
yeah.
stock you definitely want to.
Yeah, definitely want to keep your eye on it. If you are already invested in it, the bull case, if it were to continue securing these big contracts, it can continue to run up. But if there's any delays in contracts, that could be critical to the business. So yeah, this would be like a good one to keep your eye on.
Crazy day in the market today. Wow, that's
Yeah,
nuts.
for
Any
sure.
other stocks? Any other stocks you had on your radar?
Yeah, we can talk about Apple a little bit. Very anticipated. They unveiled their iPhone 17 lineup. You got to take a look at that.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah.
They, for some reason, Apple every September they come out with these new phones and they underwhelm. It's like the only thing I did like about what they did this year is that all their phones don't have chips from other companies. So they don't have any Qualcomm chips. They don't have any. I think they were using Broadcom chips. Apple has actually manufactured the chips on their own. So what that means is they're going to have bigger margins for their company. So I think that that's actually a good thing. But they had like a slim phone, and everybody's like, oh wow, it wasn't crazy. They upgraded cameras, basically the same phone. But what I did like is they are actually making their own chips, which is very exciting for them in terms of making more money. However, people still are not invested heavily in them. I think more retail because they haven't made like a big AI play yet. You know what I mean? Like they haven't dived in. They haven't bought like an AI company. They haven't. done anything. So people are waiting for like an AI sort of statement or sort of play from Apple.
Yeah. Apple, they released their lineup. Their skinniest phone was like 5.6 millimeters thick or something,
Yeah,
something
it's like
crazy. Yeah, but yeah, down 1.5%. Yeah, a little bit underwhelming. But like my dad said, Apple's stock has pretty much not really done much at all this year. Yeah, not really involved in AI play. Definitely be interested to see if they get involved with that in the future.
yeah, yeah, for sure. You always have to keep an eye on Apple because so many people use it as like they use it as like a stable coin. They
Yeah.
use it, if they have money and they want it to be in the market, they'll put it in Apple because Apple doesn't really fluctuate that much, and it's pretty much a safe play because they're like a $4 trillion company. So, it's one of the Mag Seven. The Mag Seven is kind of like stable coins now. It's kind of like you're not gonna go wrong with one of those companies. And Apple, once they make a play on AI, they're going to be off to the races because they have so much free cash on the side. They could buy companies and do all type of stuff. So it wouldn't be a bad play to kind of park some money over there because Apple is kind of sneaky like that.
Yeah, they usually come in at the end and innovate later rather than be beginning of the innovations like some other
Yeah,
companies.
absolutely, absolutely. Any other
Yes.
stocks?
Yeah, those are all the stocks on my list. You got anything else or no?
No, I just want you to keep an eye on. I was supposed to buy it for my portfolio, but I kind of got sort of, distracted with the AI plays and the sort of home run hits. But Oklo Energy, OpenAI, Sam Altman's involved in that. They're nuclear. They produce like nuclear energy, which we're going to need a lot of for these data centers. So keep your eye on that. You want to keep your eye on this. There's a company we should probably do next time, but a company called Affirm, and most people know Affirm. Affirm is one of these buy now, pay later platforms, and they are really executing well. I think that that's a company you could get into and really do well now. But that's all I got for today.
Yeah. Since you brought up AI, I just want to bring up Broadcom really quickly.
Broadcom, man, monster.
Yeah, so it's down on the day, but
Look at the 52
and
week low.
yeah, in the past 5 days, it's up 12%.
Yeah, they killed
Yes,
it in earnings too, right?
yeah, yeah. So they announced that they landed another $10 billion deal. It's a lot of speculation that that deals with OpenAI. So that's why the stock is up so much.
Yeah.
AMD was down like 5% on the news, Nvidia was down a little bit. So yeah, just like I said originally, like some of these AI hyperscalers are looking to diversify the companies they use or the semiconductor companies they use. So yeah, their positions.
Broadcom.
Yeah,
They say Broadcom's looking like Nvidia, the way it's moving so drastically and moving up. Like they're really taking they've gone. I mean, 52 week range, $134. Now they're at 356. I mean, that's a monster move. So they look at the market cap. They're over $1 trillion. They're at 1.63 trillion. This is a company to be reckoned with. The Microsofts, the Broadcoms, the Nvidias, the Oracles. Like these companies, man, the $1 trillion market caps. These are juggernauts. Okay, they'll fluctuate, but they will continue to rise. So, you know, get yourself invested, guys. Get yourself a portfolio. My son, he's smarter than me. He went into these AI plays, Google, AMD, and he bought, just partial shares, which was smart, just to get a part of them, and then he was going to keep adding to them. So, it's a smart play on his end.
yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much all the stocks that we had. Just like looking forward, like we said, CPI, PPI coming out this week. PPI will really be out by the time this video comes out.
We're
Also
looking
looking
at a
at
rate
the
cut. Rate cut next
yeah,
next week, this week too. Rate cut coming. We got the holidays coming up. Football's here. A lot of stuff going on in the fall.
for sure.
UNC Chapel Hill. Bill Belichick is there,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah, we
they
got
lose.
Belichick now, then also remaining payroll revisions to July and August. So we're looking forward
What's
to that.
that?
Payroll revisions to July and August.
Payroll revisions. Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
it's important.
Yeah,
Job data. Job data is so important for the Fed because that's how the Fed knows how to cut rates or not. But again, Trump is on a never-ending journey to cut rates because what he's trying to do is he wants to get the housing market going. He knows the housing market has kind of been stalled. He knows if he can cut rates and get those mortgage rates down, people will come into the housing market, which has stalled a little bit. So as long as he's on that mission to cut rates, stocks are going to continue to go up.
Yeah, that's true. But that's all we got for this market update, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.